The digital age and the rise of stress? In today's world, technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace. We live in an era of information overload, constant change, and data saturation. Social media, news, artificial intelligence, all of these impact our minds, causing anxiety and stress. How can we maintain inner peace in a world that is evolving faster than ever? The answer lies in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. The Stoics teach us that the only thing we can control is our attitude toward events, not the events themselves. Modern technology can be seen as a threat to our mental well-being, but what if we learn to use it to our advantage? In this video, we will explore how to apply Stoic principles in the digital age, how to master emotions, reduce stress, and prevent the external world from controlling your state of mind. Let's dive into how to stay calm in a world of technology and rapid change. Part 1. Understanding stress in modern life. The modern world bombards us with endless streams of information. Every second, notifications, messages, and updates flood our devices, pulling our attention in countless directions. We feel an urge to react instantly, to stay informed, to keep up. But what does this constant influx of information do to our minds? Studies show that excessive digital consumption leads to increased stress, anxiety, and an inability to focus. This is where Stoicism offers a solution. The Stoics believe that peace of mind comes from focusing only on what we can control. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." In the digital age, this means accepting that we cannot control the flow of information, the latest trends, or the opinions of others online, but we can control how we respond to them. Instead of being reactive, we can choose to be proactive. Instead of letting notifications dictate our emotions, we can take charge of our digital habits. One powerful Stoic technique is the dichotomy of control. It teaches us to separate what is within our power from what is not. If an AI-generated article spreads misinformation, we cannot stop it from existing. But we can choose whether to engage with it, whether to believe it, and how we let it affect our emotions. The same applies to social media. We cannot control how people react to our posts, but we can control our own reactions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In practical terms, this means learning to pause before reacting, to step back and ask, "Is this within my control? If not, why waste energy on it?" Another crucial principle is amor fati, the love of fate. It is about embracing the world as it is rather than resisting it. Technology is neither good nor bad. It simply exists. Fighting against digital advancements will only cause frustration. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to accept reality and adapt. If AI-generated content is reshaping industries, we can complain about it, or we can learn how to use it wisely. If social media algorithms are designed to grab our attention, we can either become their victims or develop strategies to use them in our favor. Understanding these principles is the first step to achieving inner peace in a tech-driven world. But how do we apply them in daily life? In the next part, we will explore practical strategies to cultivate a Stoic mindset amidst digital chaos. Part 2. Stoicism's key principles for managing stress. Applying Stoic principles in the digital age requires conscious effort. The first step is controlling our digital environment. Just as a Stoic avoids unnecessary distractions in life, we must learn to curate our online experience. This means eliminating mindless scrolling, turning off non-essential notifications, and setting boundaries for screen time. Seneca warned about the dangers of wasted time. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. In the modern world, time is stolen by endless content feeds designed to keep us hooked. To take back control, practice digital minimalism. This means reducing digital clutter and using technology with intention. Instead of consuming content impulsively, choose what you engage with deliberately. Ask yourself, is this adding value to my life? Is it helping me grow? If not, let it go. Unsubscribe from unnecessary channels, mute distracting accounts, and limit your exposure to algorithm-driven content. Remember, the less noise you allow in, the clearer your mind becomes. Another key Stoic practice is mindful consumption of information. In an era of AI-generated content and sensationalized news, it's easy to be manipulated by misinformation. Stoicism teaches us to seek truth and not be swayed by emotions. Before reacting to a trending topic, take a moment to question its validity. Epictetus advised, "We have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Instead of getting caught in online debates, practice skepticism and restraint. Verify facts, think critically, and avoid knee-jerk reactions. The less reactive you are, the more control you maintain over your mental state. A powerful tool for practicing Stoicism in the digital world is journaling. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily reflections to reinforce his mindset. You can do the same by keeping a digital or physical journal where you reflect on your interactions with technology. Ask yourself, did I use my time wisely today? Did I control my emotions when faced with online negativity? By analyzing your habits, you develop self-awareness and improve your resilience against digital stress. Finally, embrace intentional solitude. The constant connectivity of the modern world can be overwhelming, leaving no room for deep thought. Seneca emphasized the importance of solitude in developing wisdom. Withdraw into yourself as far as you can. Set time aside for digital detoxes. Go for a walk without your phone. Read a book without distractions. Meditate. In a world that demands constant engagement, choosing to disconnect is an act of self-mastery. By applying these Stoic strategies, we can reclaim our focus, protect our inner peace, and navigate the digital age with clarity and resilience. In the next section, we will explore how to cultivate emotional control and avoid being manipulated by technology-driven emotions. Part 3. Stoic practices for stress relief. One of the key aspects of Stoicism is the ability to maintain emotional control. In the digital age, we are constantly exposed to emotional triggers, whether it's an upsetting post on social media, a controversial news headline, or an argument in a comment section. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others or the events around us, but we can control how we respond emotionally. The first step in emotional control is awareness. When a digital stimulus causes an emotional reaction, take a moment to pause and observe what is happening inside. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it because I disagree with something, or is it because I feel personally attacked? Recognizing the emotion is the first step toward not being controlled by it. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Once we are aware of our emotional reactions, the next step is reframing. Reframing is a technique in Stoicism where we look at a situation from a different perspective. Instead of getting upset by a negative comment online, consider it as an opportunity for personal growth. Perhaps the person is expressing their own frustrations or projecting their insecurities. Instead of internalizing the negativity, choose to respond with empathy or simply ignore it. This reframing helps reduce emotional reactions and increases resilience. Another Stoic practice that helps with emotional control is the view from above. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about stepping back and seeing the bigger picture. In the digital world, this could mean reminding yourself that social media posts, online opinions, or even heated debates are often fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of life. When you feel triggered by something online, try to imagine yourself looking at the situation from a higher vantage point. Will this matter in a year? In 5 years? By zooming out, you prevent yourself from getting caught up in transient emotions and preserve your peace of mind. Additionally, the Stoics emphasize the importance of self-discipline in emotional control. This means setting boundaries and choosing not to engage with content or people who consistently cause distress. If certain types of news, social media accounts, or online forums make you anxious or upset, consider unfollowing or muting them. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The more you allow yourself to be exposed to negativity, the more it will affect your mental state. Learning to filter what you consume online is an essential practice for emotional well-being. Finally, embrace the concept of equanimity. This Stoic virtue is about remaining calm, no matter the external circumstances. In the digital age, this means not allowing viral trends, social media controversies, or online attacks to disturb your inner peace. When things get heated, remind yourself that your emotional state is a choice. You can decide not to engage in digital drama and to maintain a level of emotional detachment. Just as a Stoic would endure hardship with grace, you can navigate the digital world with composure. By practicing emotional control, we not only protect our peace of mind, but also improve our ability to make rational decisions in a world filled with distractions and emotional triggers. In the next part, we'll discuss how to balance digital engagement with real-world connections and live a more grounded, meaningful life. Part 4. Applying Stoicism to digital overload. In the modern world where digital connections often dominate, balancing online and offline life is a critical Stoic practice. Technology can be incredibly helpful, but it can also lead to alienation and disconnection from real-life relationships if we aren't mindful of how we engage with it. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in alignment with nature, which includes nurturing genuine, face-to-face relationships. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." This means that if we are spending too much time online, disconnected from the people around us, we are failing to live authentically. To cultivate balance, start by setting intentional boundaries for your digital life. One key strategy is to designate specific times during the day when you check emails, social media, or news updates. Outside of these windows, commit to engaging with the world offline, whether through in-person interactions, outdoor activities, or simply spending time reflecting and recharging. Seneca warned against the dangers of a distracted life. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Too much screen time can prevent us from being present in the moment and enjoying life's simple pleasures. Another important Stoic practice is to engage in meaningful conversations. While social media allows us to connect with people from around the world, many of these interactions are shallow, often driven by algorithms rather than genuine connection. Instead, focus on building deeper, more meaningful relationships with people in your physical environment. Stoicism teaches us to value quality over quantity in our interactions. Engage in conversations that challenge your thinking, foster empathy, and promote personal growth. These authentic connections bring a sense of fulfillment and reinforce our values. Additionally, spend time in nature. Nature was a fundamental source of wisdom for the Stoics, who saw it as a place of clarity, calm, and inspiration. In the digital age, it's easy to become consumed by screens, but nature provides a powerful reminder of what truly matters. Go for walks, sit in a park, or simply step outside to breathe fresh air. These moments of connection with nature help us clear our minds, reflect on life's purpose, and reconnect with our true selves. Nature teaches us to be present and grounded, qualities that are essential for practicing Stoicism in the digital world. Another critical aspect of balance is the practice of solitude. While the digital world offers constant interaction, it's essential to take time for self-reflection. In Stoicism, solitude is not about loneliness, but about finding stillness to connect with our inner selves. Take time each day to meditate, journal, or simply sit in silence. These moments of solitude allow you to process emotions, reflect on your digital habits, and ensure that you are living in alignment with your values. Seneca said, "We live not according to our circumstances, but according to our thoughts." Through solitude, you can find clarity and avoid being swept away by the noise of the online world. Finally, remember that real-world experiences, rather than digital consumption, are what ultimately enrich our lives. The Stoics believe that life's most valuable lessons come from direct experiences, not from passive consumption of information. Pursue activities that bring joy and fulfillment, whether through learning a new skill, volunteering, or spending quality time with loved ones. These activities allow you to live with purpose and intention, rather than getting lost in the distractions of the digital age. By finding the right balance between online and offline life, we can create a more meaningful, grounded existence. In the next part, we will discuss how to apply Stoicism in facing the challenges and stresses that often arise from living in a hyper-connected world. Part 5. Stoicism's Guide to Inner Peace in a Chaotic World. Living in a hyper-connected world can often feel overwhelming, The constant flood of information, notifications, and expectations can create stress and anxiety. Stoicism offers powerful tools to help us face these modern challenges with grace and composure. One of the most important principles of Stoicism is the idea of focusing only on what we can control and letting go of the rest. The Stoic practice of differentiating between what is in our control and what is not is essential for dealing with stress. In today's world, it's easy to feel like we need to respond to every message, every piece of news, or every crisis. However, the Stoics remind us that we cannot control external events or other people's actions. What we can control is our response to these events. As Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. When faced with a stressful situation, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what can I control in this moment? If the answer is that you cannot change the situation, the next step is to focus on your response. Perhaps it's taking a few deep breaths, reframing the situation, or letting go of your attachment to a specific outcome. Stress often arises when we try to control the uncontrollable. Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy only on those things we can influence. Another effective Stoic tool for managing stress is negative visualization. This practice involves imagining the worst-case scenario and then mentally preparing yourself for it. While this might sound counterintuitive, negative visualization helps us accept uncertainty and develop resilience. By imagining possible difficulties, we mentally prepare ourselves to handle challenges with calmness and clarity. As Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. By confronting our fears and anxieties in the mind, we can reduce their power over us. Stoics also recommend the practice of gratitude as a way to shift our focus from stress to contentment. In the face of overwhelming information and daily demands, it's easy to feel like we don't have enough or are constantly striving for more. However, Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what we have in the present moment. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, your health, your relationships, or even small moments of peace. Practicing gratitude helps us shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance, allowing us to cultivate inner peace. In addition, Stoics emphasize the importance of accepting imperfection. Modern life often places pressure on us to be perfect in every way, whether it's maintaining a flawless online persona or constantly achieving at work. However, Stoicism teaches us that perfection is an illusion. Instead of striving for an unattainable ideal, focus on progress and self-improvement. Embrace your flaws and mistakes as opportunities for growth. Recognize that life is not about being perfect. It's about living virtuously and learning from each experience. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to live with purpose and align our actions with our values. Stress often arises when we feel disconnected from our true selves or when we engage in activities that don't serve our higher goals. By clarifying your values and aligning your daily actions with them, you create a sense of purpose that transcends external stressors. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? By living in accordance with your deepest values, you can reduce the impact of external pressures and create a life of fulfillment. By applying Stoic principles to manage stress and challenges, we can navigate the demands of the modern world with resilience, clarity, and peace of mind. In the final part, we'll discuss how to integrate Stoicism into your daily routine and make it a lasting habit in the digital age. Conclusion: embracing Stoic. In conclusion, Stoicism provides a timeless framework for living a balanced, resilient, and meaningful life in the digital age. By focusing on what we can control, practicing gratitude, setting boundaries, and embracing imperfections, we can navigate the constant influx of information and stress with composure and wisdom. The core teachings of Stoicism, self-discipline, inner peace, and purpose, offer profound guidance for those seeking to live authentically and intentionally. As you move forward, remember that the key to applying Stoicism is consistent practice. Start small, set intentional times to disconnect from technology, reflect on what truly matters, and make choices aligned with your values. By cultivating these habits, you can create a life that's both meaningful and grounded, no matter how fast-paced or digital the world around you becomes. Live with intention, embrace the present, and let Stoic philosophy guide you towards a life of purpose and peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with friends who might benefit from Stoic wisdom. Also, hit the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Stay tuned for more insights on how Stoic principles can help you thrive in today's world.